Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we have a review of the 11th season of FX's popular show, Archer. Yeah, so as I said, this is the 11th season, so this show's been going on for quite a while. Some shows that go on for that long, for over 10 seasons long, can become really bad and run out of ideas, but I hardly know if this season has gone down that path or it still continues to be as good as the others, or even better. So we're going to dive straight into the pros, the positives, and despite it being its 11th season, it still manages to find ways to be very unique and creative. These ideas, which don't feel like they're repeating previous seasons, previous episodes, all feels new. What this show does really well throughout all of its seasons is how it changes things up without it feeling forced. You know, it spends some time with something and then it changes without it feeling too prolonged or too short. It feels, a great amount of time there, very necessary, and they move on before it's just like, alright, this is enough. And from the past few seasons, we've been in Archer's dreamland as he has been in a coma, so all the things are happening in his head. But this season, we got a return to where it all began, just these singular mission episodes. They're not all connected for one big mission or one big story. Everything isn't really connected. You could pluck these out. It does connect in terms of what they talk about, but the mission, the goal they are on, doesn't connect throughout every single episode. Even though it got better as the episodes did connect in this show, it was just nice and fresh to go back to where it all began, that kind of format, and to be back in regular missions instead of all these different themed ones, whether it was pirates, noir, or even space. I really liked how the characters and the organization have changed in the 3 years that Archer was in his coma. Especially what I liked was Cyril. All this time Archer was gone, he has the confidence, the self-belief. He has it now, because before Archer was constantly missing him, destroying his confidence, and it makes sense that when he's gone in that amount of time, Cyril has become, I guess what you can say, is the man. As this show's gone on with all the seasons, the comedy actually hasn't been as great, but the story has gotten more interesting, the characters have gotten more interesting, that you don't really focus on that, and that's what happens here. The individual episodes were quite fun. The mission was quite fun to follow, and the characters' interactions and the characters themselves were also very fun, so you didn't really focus on the comedy too much. But now that I think about it, it wasn't actually too much compared to other seasons. This is a short season, so maybe that's why, but it doesn't feel like comedy. It's not a complaint, it's just showing how far it's come with making its story that interesting, instead of just these things, just something they can put their comedy into instead. Now the comedy is taking the back seat. However, most things still do have their cons, and that is what this season has. Not too many, I might say, but still, nonetheless, it still does have some. I mentioned in the pros that I liked where the characters and organization were at now. That was most of the characters, not all of them. I felt what happened with Lana and Robert, that didn't feel like something she'd do. It felt very unnatural and forced, in my opinion. Even when it's there in this season, it just doesn't feel right, and I didn't buy that Lana would actually do something like that. And I also mentioned nothing really happened this season. It was just to get Archer back in the field, like the good old days, which they did. But I don't think they could have done much as well, because they only had 8 episodes, as I mentioned. It's a short season. Unless you're planning something from the very start, from the very first episode to happen, not much is going to happen. So I like they took their time, but then if you think in hindsight, nothing actually really happened this season. So overall, Archer Season 11 is another solid season. It took things back to their roots, but somehow makes it feel fresh. I like that they spent a lot of time on Archer coming out of his coma. So yeah, another solid season from FX with Archer, and it's recently just been renewed for a Season 12, so you best believe I'll be there to review that as well. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this review. Please let me know what you thought of Season 11. if you have seen it. I have another Archer video coming out very soon, so I hope to see you around for that one. I'd really appreciate if you would like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers as soon as possible, and I cannot do that without your help. So yeah, I hope to see you in my next video or any future videos, and take care.